often wondered what makes someone devote a lifetime to mastering a craft. It's not because they have to, or maybe it is because they can't imagine doing anything else. I've stood in workshops where the craftsman's tools are older than those using them, where every design and every cut and every decision matter. I once watched a builder stop mid-motion to study a piece of wood for what felt like 15 minutes, and then shave off a piece thinner than a fingernail. Not because anyone else would have noticed, but because he would have, and that's what separates the good from the great. The passion and obsession, the dedication to their willingness to spend years learning to do something well, and then trying to do it better for every build that comes next. A builder starts with materials that are on their own, silent. Wood, metal, wire, and an idea that exists only in their heads at first. Then, through instinct, trial and error, failure, patience, success, and the thrill of it all, an instrument is made. Those singular raw materials have now come together for a player to embrace and spend what could be a lifetime playing. Think about that. I know I do, and I do often. This series is about the artists behind the workbench, what brought them there, and what it is that they're still chasing after numerous years of honing their craft. Because building and craftsmanship isn't just about making beautiful things. It's about leaving a piece of yourself in every part of the art that's created. That's a kind of resonance on its own, and that's where this documentary begins. Music has taken me to places I would have never expected to have seen. I've been to workshops down alleys I probably could never find again, even if I tried. Around tables I had no business sitting at, but I was warmly invited to anyway. We don't always speak the same formal language at first, but it doesn't really matter because we speak a universal language, the language of music. Then, as if we've known each other for a long time, conversations about guitars, artistry, ambition, and the countless hours invested in each, as well as the strange and sometimes unexpected paths we've chosen to follow. As a result, we'll often meet up at different events throughout the year depending on our schedules. Mostly at instrument expos, special events, or jam sessions held in different countries around the world. These meetings are always the highlight of my calendar. In musicians' terms, these get-togethers are lovingly referred to as the hangs. The hangs are easily one of the best parts of any event, and they are quite often more revered and looked forward to than even new gear reveals. Friendships, both old and new, are rekindled and made. But that's the gift music keeps on giving, and it freely offers strangers a reason to start a conversation. And once that conversation begins, quite often everything that seemed different about us stops mattering, and these things that we share a passion for only elevate each friendship. The locations change and the traditions change, of course, but the need to make something that lasts, whether it's a particular instrument or a musical composition or even thought-provoking conversations, these are all constants. The thing is, these friendships don't recognize borders because music and artistry never needed them to begin with. Some of my clearest thinking happens while I'm out walking through the forests of upstate New York. I'm accompanied by my 3 Labrador retrievers, Lucy, Charlie, and Leo, and they're pulling me down a trail with no real plan or destination. I actually wouldn't have it any other way, because the peaceful serenity of nature and the quiet stillness allows the world to stop for a few hours. During these hours, I can take in the music of nature, the call and response of bird song, the sounds of different animals wandering about and the wind going through the trees, even the rhythm of the waterfalls hitting the rocks. Music is everywhere. It's on these walks that I start asking myself different questions, though. Not on how an instrument is built or what it costs, where I can find it or who plays it better. Instead, I find myself thinking, how is it that a song can bring back a memory you haven't heard in 30 years? Or why does music reach people when conversation can't? Or why is music so prevalent when we celebrate, when we grieve, fall in love, when relationships end, or we're trying to remember someone who's gone? Music doesn't end when the note does. It stays in us, in our memories, in the people we've loved, and in a way we understand our own lives? These questions may be too big for musicians and builders alone to answer. So, in the Resonance documentary series, I'll sit with doctors, therapists, and scientists, people trying to understand what a melody, a rhythm, or a harmony actually does to a brain, a memory, a life, and we'll explore the answers together. These won't be lectures, but instead they will be conversations with the aim of understanding the weight that music has over us as a human race. I'm not coming to this with the answers, but I am coming with the questions and the curiosity to keep asking them. Long before I thought about this documentary series, I was a musician, and I still am. So when I sit down with musicians, I'm not coming at it as an outsider with a camera. I'm a musician first, a documentarian second. My father was a musician, and I grew up around music the way other kids grow up around the family business. It was my musician father who suggested I take up the bass. I remember him saying to me, "Look, David, if you always want to be in demand, be a bass player. And if you're going to dedicate your life to being a bass player, remember these things. Work as hard as you can to be the best player you can be. And always stay humble. Always be on time, both literally and figuratively. Play with musicians who'll push you out of your comfort zone. Remember, they may often be better than you. Be prepared for that." So in hindsight, the old man was pretty spot on. And so I've played to full rooms, empty rooms, even a few rooms where the crowd would have preferred a different band altogether. I've also played large global stages where there's an undescribable thrill to playing live that can't be expressed in words, especially to an enthusiastic audience. There are nights when nothing works and nights where everything is just so right that there's no explaining it. But you find yourself walking 5 inches off the ground for the next few hours, and you chase that feeling for a lifetime. It's been 45 years now, and I'm still at it. In fact, I can't imagine an exit sign coming anytime soon. Being a musician teaches you fast that inspiration is the only easy part of being a musician. This isn't a series told from the outside looking in. Music is the reason I'm here, and the resonance that comes from it. Welcome to the Bass Upfront headquarters and the home of the Resonance documentary series. My name is David Sutkin. I'm a musician, and I've been a bass player for 40 plus years. Every instrument in this room was built by someone's hands. Someone who spent years or decades or even a lifetime honing a craft that doesn't always get the true appreciation or recognition it deserves. And that grabbed me a few years back because I've been lucky enough to travel around the world to different musical instrument expos. And the more builders I meet, speak to, and get to know personally, the more I begin to understand their desire to make the perfect instrument and the hours and hours that they put in attempting to do so, putting in their creativity and their passion into every instrument. Resonance is my attempt to give these people the spotlight that they've earned. We'll also be having in-depth interview with the musicians who use their instruments, either professionally or they're hobbyist musicians. But either way, the instruments are necessary because without the instruments, we couldn't be musicians. Resonance is all about the builder's relationship with the musician. Join me on my travels to meet these craftspeople, the artists, the instrument builders, and if you're anything like me, the people who obsess over the instruments. Welcome to Resonance.